This is from the Likkutei Sichos, Chelek Tes Zayin, the third Sicha of Parshas Vaera. Why did Hashem choose a person who couldn't speak to be his spokesman? You know that Moshe Rabbeinu says that he's a kvad peh, a kvad lashon, and lo yish dvarim anochi, I'm not a speaker and I can't talk. And Hashem says to him, I'm going to help you talk, and I can do it because I created speech. And anyways, Aaron will be your interpreter, etc., etc. But all these solutions are only band-aids on the problem. These are only solutions to a problem. But why have the problem in the first place? Why choose a person who can't speak? Why not choose somebody who can speak? If Aaron is going to be the interpreter, then why not just make Aaron the one who should have the mission to Pharaoh? Why Moshe? Especially since we know that the Eibishter tells Moshe Rabbeinu that he says, I want you to repeat what I say to you to Pharaoh, and I want you to repeat exactly what I say to you. And the Eibishter spoke to Moshe Rabbeinu in Lashon Kodesh, in Hebrew. That means that the Eibishter wanted Moshe Rabbeinu to speak to Pharaoh in Hebrew, and Pharaoh didn't understand Hebrew. So Moshe Rabbeinu is literally getting up there and speaking to Pharaoh and saying words that Hashem said to him, words that Pharaoh does not understand, and that Pharaoh has no idea what he's talking about. And Aaron gets up and explains, translates, and then explains and interprets and appeals to Pharaoh's senses, or tries to. Then what do you need Moshe Rabbeinu for? And the answer is, who is going to bring Pharaoh down is the Eibishter. Pharaoh was a klippa at the height of his power, and nobody, not even the greatest leader and the greatest activist and the greatest orator, could convince Pharaoh to come down from his gaiva and to humble himself to Hashem. Only the Eibishter himself could bring Pharaoh down. So therefore, the person who will be the shliach to Pharaoh has to be a person who will not get in the way of the Eibishter's words. He has to be a plain conduit, a person with so much bittul, with such a level of bittul, that the Eibishter speaks through him as if he, the person, doesn't exist. And that way, the Eibishter's koyach reaches to Pharaoh and takes him down in a way that only Hashem knows. So actually, it's not that Hashem made Moshe Rabbeinu successful despite his not being a good speaker or not being able to talk. Hashem made Moshe Rabbeinu successful because he was not a good speaker, because of his bittul, which was expressed in the fact that he couldn't speak. He was so bittul that he had nothing to say. He had none of his own deis to say. He was just there in Hashem's presence, and he was silent. The Eibishter says that kind of bittul is a good kli, is a good vessel to convey my words and my koyach and myself to Pharaoh and bring him down. So it turns out that when you're faced with a very giant klippa, and it seems overwhelming and it seems insurmountable, nothing is insurmountable if you are Moshe Rabbeinu. Because if you are Moshe Rabbeinu, then the Eibishter himself speaks through you, and nothing can stand in his way. And in every generation, you have a Moshe Rabbeinu, which is the Rebbe. So when we are faced with challenges in our shlichus, and nowadays we don't have to go face Pharaoh, but we have a shlichus as shluchim to go out there and to spread Yiddishkeit and to spread chassidus everywhere. And some places not only don't seem like they're receptive, but they're actually hostile. And it seems like this mission cannot be achieved. It can't happen. We can't win. If we connect ourselves to the Moshe Rabbeinu, if we come with the koyach of the Moshe Rabbeinu, then just like Moshe Rabbeinu in those days, nothing can stand before him, not even Pharaoh. And the big, scary Pharaoh comes crashing down to the ground. And just as Moshe Rabbeinu led the Yidden straight out of Mitzrayim, a land that no one ever thought could be beaten, a land that no one was ever able to escape from. And Moshe led the Yidden out in broad daylight with no problem. The Eibishter will bless us that the Rebbe will lead us out of Golus too. We connect with him and nothing will stand in our way. We will reign supreme in spreading Yiddishkeit and spreading Chassidus.